Hello everybody, this is Funky's Tech Tips, and today I'm going to teach you how to port forward your router to do all kinds of fancy stuff. But specifically, I'm going to port forward for Teamspeak. So Teamspeak 3 servers, if you don't want to pay for one, you have a decent upload. I'd suggest you at least have an upload of 2 Mbps, download of at least 5 Mbps. It's still going to be kind of bad, you can't have too many people on there, but anyway, let's get started. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to want to make sure that your IP address is a static IP address. If not, it'll keep changing, and then when you port forward to that IP address, obviously your IP address changes. Then your computer can no longer find the IP address that it's requesting, and then you can't connect to your server. So what we're going to do first is make sure we figure out what your router's IP address is so you can connect to it and change your settings. So go ahead and open up your start menu, type in CMD, and go ahead and type in IP config. You've probably seen this on other videos or things. So what we're going to do here is look for our internet adapter, whether it's your wireless adapter or your regular. My default gateway is 192.168.1.1. So that means we're going to open up our browser here, and we're going to put that in our browser to connect to our router. Alright, so we're going to do 192.168.1.1. That is my browser setup. Now we're going to go ahead and connect to our router. And do not show again, blah, blah, blah. Okay, alright, so here's our router. You got your front page. You're going to want to look for what applications in gaming or port opener. There are different names for every router. I have a Cisco E1200 Linksys, so mine's different probably than yours. But anyway, I just ignore these up here. I don't bother fucking with those. But down here, we're going to go ahead and type in some names and stuff. Let's see. TS3. And then, because it takes 3 ports, so TS3 again. I'm just going to put a 1 after it so I can know what it is. TS32. Because I don't think they can all be the same name on my router. At least I'm pretty sure on that. But anyway, let's continue. So now we got to figure out, since we got this set up here, well, not fully set up, but now we got to figure out what the ports are for that specific program. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick Google search. Let's see, Teamspeak 3 ports to open. Let's find out what ports do what and what do we need. Okay, let's take a second here. And alright, what ports do you need? The server default port is this, blah blah blah. Here we go. Per default, let's see, we're gonna need a port at 9987 virtual voice server. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put 9987 in both of these, and it's UDP from what I was reading. Yes, you want it in UDP. And now this is where your CMD comes in handy again. Once you set up your static IP address, I'll have another video, link in the description, how to set up your static IP address. That'll be a separate video. This is the port forward. Okay. So down here, here's our command prompt. And my IP v4 address. That is my IP address to place in here. So it's 1.238. Alright, so down here, we're going to erase the 0 and put in 238. Then you want to hit Enable, Save Settings, Continue. And it should bring you right back to this page where you were. So your first port's open for your Teamspeak stuff. Obviously, I have to retype this. Alright, Teamspeak 3.1. Alright, and the second port is going to be 10011, and that's at TCP. So let's see here, 10011, and we're gonna go over here, 10011, and this is going to be at TCP, and the same IP address, 238, and we're gonna go ahead and check mark that, and I'm not gonna save it. I'll wait till I get the other one done, then I'll save it, so it doesn't delete what I typed in like last time. Okay, so that's gonna be how I label that, and I'm almost positive it's 30033. And yes, I am correct. Now this one for Teamspeak is for file transfer. So let's say you don't want your server to have file transfer, because that's going to eat up some bandwidth. If you ain't got real good internet, people file transferring all the time will cause lag on your internet, so I don't advise it unless you can handle it. But anyways, this is what we're doing here. This is also TCP if I'm not correct. Yes, it is. And we're going to go ahead and put that 238 in here. And now we're going to go ahead and hit the enabled and save settings. Okay, so now we've successfully port forwarded for this. You're going to use your standard IP address to connect to the server. So a few things I got to do now is to go get the TS3 stuff I need. Alrighty, TS3. Let's go find the files we want. Downloads. I'll put a link in the description for all this as well, by the way, so it'll be easier for you to find. I got all the different versions here. Alright, Windows. We want the server depending on what you have. I'm going to do the 64 because I have 64-bit. Hit the agree button and submit. No thanks. I don't want to fill out a survey. And I just got to wait a moment. And it should be coming up any second. There we go. I'm going to hit save file. I don't want to lose this. I'll probably use this again later too. Teamspeak 3 server. Okay. So now I'm going to take this whole thing. I'm going to move it out of the screen here for a minute onto my other monitor. I'm going to take this and just drag it onto my desktop. And alright, so now we don't need to have this open any further or this. Now Teamspeak 3. This is all the stuff to run your server. So what you're going to need to do first, go ahead and run it. And it should come up with a first time thing probably for you. Also, you'll have something down here. This is the actual server running. So I just got to wait for this to start up. And right here. Okay. So this is your server admin login data and all that stuff. What you really don't care about, like this isn't that big of a deal, but this is. If you don't have this privilege key, you cannot have admin on your own server. So you definitely want to make sure you have a privilege key. So I'm going to open up my WordPad here. And, ooh, that's really big. Let's move it down to about there. I'm going to take all this, Control-C, Control-V, and just for precaution's sake, even though I've never actually had to use it, Control-C, Control-V, just so I have it, just in case. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this little document here. We're going to save it for, let's see, it's going to be named TS3 Admin Info. Okay, go ahead and save that. And then I can exit this out of here. Then we can go ahead and hit close. Now we got all this set up. So now all we got to do is go ahead and close this out completely. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Okay. Pull this back in. Now we got to figure out what our IP address to give out is. Who are we going to give this IP address to and how they're going to connect? So what we need to do is just type in what's my IP, or you can go to IP Chicken. A lot of people do that way too, but I just do what's my IP, and Google is nice enough to give it to me for free. Boom. We're going to go ahead and copy this. And now we're going to open up our Teamspeak. So let's see. Teamspeak 3. Here it is, our client for Teamspeak. So it opened up in the wrong screen, which isn't a big deal. We're going to go ahead and go to Connections, Connect, and we're going to paste in our IP. Connect.
Connected.
And now you're in your server. It is working. It is port forwarded and everything works. You can change all the settings. And like I said before, you're going to need your privilege key, which is why I took the time to copy and paste and all that and get my stuff written down. So you take your key that you saved down on a notepad or whatever you use to save it. Go ahead and copy it and paste it right in and hit OK. You are now the server's admin. And now you can go ahead and do all your other stuff on here if you want to customize it and add different stuff, all kinds of stuff. I'll have more Teamspeak things coming in the future, showing you how to maybe open up like radio channels so your friends can listen to music off your computer while you're playing games. All different kinds of customization options. I'll show you how to get extra server icons for like little icons next to their name, like this one right here. Different customized stuff for it. And I appreciate you guys watching. Go ahead and comment, like, subscribe, or unlike if you didn't like it, and tell me why. And thanks for supporting me, and I'll see you guys later.